that's more rare than the money. It's going to be easier for me to go get more money than more good, loyal friends. I guess for me to give a summary statement then is, I'm a lot less concerned about my contemporaries. If somebody made an extra dollar than I did, it doesn't hurt my feelings. If somebody got laid and I didn't that night, it didn't hurt my feelings. And I've always been drawn, since before age 10, as a little child, I've always been drawn to more, timeless wisdom, ancient wisdom, more than whatever the trendy thing is, if that makes sense. And so when I answer a question in a long-winded way like that, or I could talk about 10 people from history that, when I'm thinking this or doubting myself in some way, I think about, sort of that, John Gotti or Viktor Frankl or a few other people from history, or some of the wisdom of, Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, Diogenes, Alexander, Ayn Rand, Charlie Munger. So there's these characters in my mind that I think are, it doesn't mean they weren't human. I don't mean to idealize them, but there were elements of their personalities that I deeply respect, and I'd like to live my life more in alignment with that, Okay. And I met Puff Daddy a couple times in my life, Sean Combs, the rapper/producer/fashion mogul. And the one time was inconsequential. We were at a nightclub in Minneapolis, of all places, and he was promoting a new album he had at the time, Press Play, and it's inconsequential. Later on, we ended up at a dinner table together with a small group that I had a rather well-known, wealthy friend that invited me to dinner and didn't tell me who was coming. And whenever he invites me to dinner, I just say yes, because there's always somebody interesting that's coming to dinner, so I don't have to ask who or anything else. Yep, I'm coming, yep. Thank you for the invitation. And so Puff Daddy is at dinner with us, and I said to him, I said, when I was a kid, and I don't know, he's 10 years older than me, or 10, 12, 14 years older than me, something like that, And I said, when I was a teenager, he's dancing down here, him and Mace are dancing down here on Fremont Street and just making his videos with Biggie and so on and so on. And I said, I'd look at you and I'd look at Jay-Z, and I think if this fucking guy could come from a piece of shit environment like they did, and have some of the circumstances they did, and then despite that go make $100 million, well fucking around, well having a good time fucking around, go make $100 million bucks. I thought to myself, there's no fucking reason. If I can't go find $10, $20 million, it's my own goddamn fault. And I was doing pretty well financially by that time. I didn't have that 20 million yet, but real close to 10 at that time that we had that dinner. And the little moments like that were fun. That and that was just another model in my head. That I'm not comparing myself to. I can't compare myself to the kid in my neighborhood or something at that time in my life. But that was somebody that I was looking at, and it's not that I don't want to be fucking Puff Daddy or Jay-Z. I don't even like Jay-Z anymore. I think I had a lot of things like that in my head of there's not people, there's nobody that came from my high school that's doing better than I am. There's one guy that went to the NFL, and he did pretty well. That'd be like the number 2 person as far as finance, or that did something with themselves. My whole family was a disaster. You have to find other ways, as far as a comparative other, For me, it's not, I know that I think I'm a fantastic person in many ways. I also think I have plenty of foibles and fuck-ups in my life, and anticipate having some more. Don't think I'm perfect at all, certainly not. But when I look around at my contemporaries in the world, I think most of them are more fucked up than I am, including people that are a lot more famous than me or a lot more rich than me or something. So in my brain, I tend to look back in history more of people that I'd respect, or respect certain elements of who they are, that you'd like you to build your life more like that, if you want to call it iconic individuals that kind of embody a universal principle or a piece of ancient wisdom or something. So that might be a little too nerdy the way I said it, but that's kind of my sincere thought process about it. But I don't look around the world and think that, that guy's doing so much better than me or something. Or I can acknowledge that, like pound for pound, I'll never be the type of fighter that a Conor McGregor or somebody is. And McGregor has his foibles too. There's plenty of things you could point out about the guy. But it doesn't hurt my feelings. I was never competing in that space, It doesn't hurt my feelings that somebody is doing better than me. I always thought I could do, I never had the type of mind that I was like, I wasn't mad if some guy had some money and I didn't. And I really, in my head, I always thought I could do better. Most of my life, I've been unhappy with my circumstances, frankly. Most of my life, more than half, I've been unhappy with my current circumstance, and I always felt like I'm supposed to be doing more. But I also had the confidence that I could get better outcomes. I also really felt deep inside, and I think that kept me away from a lot of jealous or envious thoughts. And I'd say it's jealousy or envy. I would define them, which may not be the precise, lexical definition, but I'd say, if you're, jealous is you see somebody has something that you want and you're mad that they have it. As opposed to envy, that you see somebody has something that you want and you're thinking, how can I get that for myself too? How could I get one of those? So, to the extent that I've had envious thoughts, there's plenty of things that I've seen that like, I want my life to be more like that. Or I want to live more like this. I want to live, within these parameters or, by a personal code of honor, if you will, I also have a lot of clients or friends that want to talk about money now. And it's become a little weird that I really made a lot of money in the last year and a half. And in my head, it's just like, well, no shit, asshole. That's what I've been fucking working on for a third of a century. Well, no fucking shit. But somewhere in some other people's heads, I see them comparing themselves or making comments to me that are kind of along the lines of like hoping we'll still be friends or something. But yeah, we'll still be friends, asshole. I might curse at them, a little bit or something. But like, I see that where other people are doubting our relationship or questioning, like, am I still going to make time to hang out with them, or am I still going to do something? I'm like, yeah, if they've been a good, loyal friend to me in the past, that's more rare than the money. It's going to be easier for me to go get more money than more good, loyal friends. That's more valuable to me than the money. I'm going to go find some more money. I've got that pattern worked out pretty well, and if I don't do another fucking thing, it doesn't matter. I don't have to do a goddamn thing I don't want to do. Yeah, it's weird how that is. Money just helps you be more of who you are. Money just allows you the freedom that you don't have to pretend to be something you're not. So money just amplifies the person that was inside to begin with. That whoever you were before, you get to do that even more shamelessly, and with less concern for other people's opinions, because it doesn't affect your ability to pay your rent, pay your bills, buy whatever you want. Well, for sure, whatever it is, me or you do, is not the best possible strategy, and that's why you want to learn new things every day. You want to learn new things and adjust the model, and be as aware as you can be of the reality that you live in, and and given those facts and the momentum in society, what future permutations of reality, will probably look like, how things are likely to develop over time. If you want to make money in stocks, you really want to boil it down. There's two ways: is you have insider information that if you're privy to that over a long period of time, you go to federal prison. All right, and then the only other way that you're going to make money in stocks consistently is you have to be better at predicting the future than other people are. And the thing is, most of them are just short-sighted. Most of them are thinking of the future in terms of next quarter. So if you can think of the future in terms of 3 or 5 years out, you actually do have a significant advantage if your brain works pretty well. Everybody's so, then you're looking at, temporal biases that are, in your favor, that they're not thinking about the midterm, long term. And if you are, you can make a lot of money. You make a lot of money. So, No, when I looked at like this crypto stuff, some people in this room made money with crypto stuff, and it's, looking for my home. Yeah, hidden back there. I don't know. There you are. Yeah. I mean, I mean, maybe you don't want to say that. He made a good chunk of money in crypto stuff for the past year, and up to your discretion if you want to say more than that or not. But he's made a sizable amount of money. That again, if he wants to say he can. If not, I'll leave it there. But he made a good chunk of money fucking around crypto stuff in the last year, and I just don't believe in it. And I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. I think it's fantastic. And he does have, he has knowledge, and that he knows things about technology, and he knows things about trends in technology that I don't know. And that's worked out very well for him, and I think that's fantastic. And we were chatting the other night, and he's like, oh, I don't know if I could replicate that. And I'm like, I got lucky. I'm like, no, you didn't just get lucky. You didn't just get I couldn't get lucky in that space the way that he says he got lucky in that space, that he has insights in that area that I don't have. And frankly, that I'm not going to develop because I just don't give a shit enough about it to make the effort that would be necessary. It would take a lot of effort for me to play catch up, to learn what he knows or what you know for that matter about various engineering and coding and da. I just don't give a shit enough that I'm not going to make that effort because I don't want it bad enough. But that also means that you guys are going to have advantages in that space that I don't have. And that's fine. That's fine. That's life. But when I look at the cryptocurrency stuff, and everybody here has their opinions, that's fine. I don't see how the U.S. government would rather give up its military than its central bank. The central banking systems in Europe, the ECB and the U.S. Fed they'd do anything to defend those things because that's what gives them the most control of the economy and the geography. It's equally important or more important than the fucking military in these places. So they're not going to give that up easily. And you guys can tell yourself whatever you want to about to the moon jibber about crypto shit. It's the best speculation in human history. It's been the best speculation in human history. Do I think it's a fantastic speculation? It's been an extraordinary speculation. Do I wish I bought Bitcoin at $10 and change when I first became aware of it so I could later sell it for $65,000? Of course. Of course, I wish I bought it at $10 and sold it at $60,000. Do I wish I did that? Of course I wish I did that. But if I went around the world right now and I looked at every investment that had a similar risk profile as Bitcoin did at that time, or any of these other technologies, if I took my current net worth and invested it into a portfolio of goods that had similar risk profiles, I'd have a negative outcome over time. So do I wish I participated in the best speculation in human history? Yeah, of course. If I have the opportunity right now to make similar investments with similar risk profiles, would I do it? No, I don't do it at all. I don't think it's the best use of my money, time, resources, etc. I don't think it's the best path forward for me. So I like to buy things that have intrinsic value that I can look at some data and I went to 4 shopping malls while I've been in town this week. And I can go to the shopping mall and I can see what does it look like? What's going on here? How many people are there? How many bags are they carrying? Not just number of people. Are they just out fucking walking around, or are they actually buying shit? What are they buying? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I can look at that, and I can look at the spreadsheets. I can go there in real life. I can talk to the store clerks. I can talk to the managers. I can talk with other nerdy friends that have some industry expertise. I can't do that with crypto jibber. So I don't own crypto jibber. So you guys do whatever you want, and good luck to all of you. But it's not a real investment, in my opinion. And one day the government has to decide. The government's going to, in my opinion, and I might be wrong, but I don't think I am. One day the government has to say, the U.S. government has to say, you know what? There's been tremendous demand for a digital currency. There's tremendous demand for a digital currency. But there's all this volatility in the markets with the crypto jibber and the other crypto jibber. So what we're going to do is we're just going to ban that. But we're going to give you the crypto, the digital currency that you demand. It's called the digital dollar.
Isn't that exactly what China already just
Yeah,
did?
yeah. Actually, China released one a couple months ago.
Well, this isn't the first time I've said this. You guys have been hearing me say this for as long as we've been talking about digital crypto jibber. All right, so there's no fucking way that the fucking government is going to allow some decentralized currency that takes away their ability to manipulate the economy the way they do every fucking decade. It's just not going to happen. I mean, even communists are not so stupid. No one's this stupid. No one that would be in a position of power is going to say, you know what, let's give all that power away to some other decentralized something. No one's this stupid. Not even the politicians of Europe or America. No one's this stupid. We're stupid enough to give the world to China. We're dumb enough to do that. We're dumb enough to do that, but we're not dumb enough that we're going to fucking give away central banking. So I just don't believe that's the outcome. And that's why I don't own the shit at the end of the day. Doesn't mean it can't go up in value between now and then. Maybe it will. But again, it's a speculative value. It's not an intrinsic value. It's not something that I can wrap my head around and tell myself this is a good idea. So that's how I think about it.
So I'd say my main takeaways from the modules so far has been you want to build up like a story around a stock. You don't want to just be looking at a ticker symbol on a screen, on a chart and be trying to predict, oh, it's going to go up this way or it's going to go down. No, you really want to be evaluating the kind of the fundamentals of the company and then also where that company fits into the overall kind of economic marketplace and the structure of the market. And I think week by week, you're going to be gaining more clarity on where exactly that is. And also like, what is the right investment criteria to use, right? So like we're in this age where we're constantly being bombarded with like a litany of worthless information. So it's important kind of now more than ever to know what the proper kind of evaluation metrics are and how to actually judge an investment and judge something for its legitimacy. Every week, Derek's going to remind you, like, don't get distracted by the latest cryptocurrency. Don't get distracted by all these hyped up, overblown things that we're seeing so much of these days. Stay on point, remain focused on the long term. And if that's something that you're interested in and you're interested in finding out what works over time rather than just like this kind of short term pump and dump hype scheme, then this is definitely the course for you. And I definitely consider signing up.
Thanks for watching. Success is not for everybody, and it may not be for you. If you are or are on your way to be a millionaire or multi-millionaire, probably going to want to spend time with my clients. Probably going to want to have a personal relationship with me so we can accelerate that process, get you living up to your maximum potential, earning your maximum wage. You're going to want to click that follow button. You're going to want to click that bell and get notifications. Tune in every Friday. Tune in every Monday. You're going to love what you see. I look forward to having you as a client in the future.